with the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins #1.
Autumn has come to upstate New York. Fall colors abound, and we welcome you inside Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills.
Bradley Kenyon set to kick off.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And taken down just shy of the 40. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the Bills winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here in Buffalo. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. From the gun, it's Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. You talk about this Miami defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And this game for them is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create some lost yardage plays.
Monday. Hey, tight. Regular. 5 wide. Look out.
Here's Allen to throw it. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Down the left sideline. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
They have confidence building for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
60 Eagles. Here we go. Set.
In motion, there goes Bell.
18, hide in. Go.
Willis looking to throw it. Got it to Bell on the out route. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
Ready, set. Smash.
Willis on the sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
We just totally get the sense there that a field goal was not in the game plan at all.
And the boys up front, they created the surge. I think they knew that they had the leverage advantage.
Oh, that's a great point there. Being able to get lower than the defensive front, create just enough space. And I love when those
touchdown Dolphins! David Njoku, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
23 yards, the final tally. But no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets. They don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive, and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
Oh, nice move. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Bills at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they coming on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
56.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
To the air, Allen. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from drawing level. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Now Willis to throw. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. David Njoku, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Here's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First down.
56, 56.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
319. 5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide. Out. What's that?
To throw, it's Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Half 85. Alert. Middle. Hey, home. What's that?
Allen to throw once more. Finding Shakir across the formation. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And Cook has it left side. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook from 10 yards out. And the Bills are an extra point away from evening this one up. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown On their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Right back to Achane on second down.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Dolphins, first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now they'll change things up.
Ready.
Now Achane on first and 10. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard after the 49.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. That was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Dragon 60. Buffalo 18. Warriors 70.
Willis. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
19. 7 Pirates. 7 good.
Willis looking to throw it. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 40.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
They go play action with Willis. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and then it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Panther 11. Panther 11. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Back to throw, Willis. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He's up to 70 yards now in this first half receiving as he's got a first down.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. 18 Pioneer.
Willis looks to pass it here. Now he's going to step up and run.
Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack.
Ready, break. Rambo 80. Cougar 19.
Throwing on second and long. Willis. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
3rd and 3. In motion, that's Tolbert. Willis. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Inaudible here to get a new look. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Tag! Press roll 80. Viking 18. Ready.
And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. He tried to do it himself but couldn't find his way to the marker. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Allen going to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play here for Buffalo. 45 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Alert! Gun. Middle.
Now Allen. This taken in by Kincaid. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Round 8. Alert!
And again, it's Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Allen now looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. DJ Moore from 10 yards out. And the Bills will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room.
79 Broncos. Ready,
From the gun, here's Willis.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Dolphins first down.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Go street. Panther 11, Panther 11. 19 tight, 19 tight. Cup 19, Cup 19. Go.
Willis will look to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll dump this off to Achane.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Buffalo 18. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Mustang 19. 18, Pioneer. Let go.
Here's Willis. Now he's going to step up and run.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Seven Pirates, 7 Pirates. Warriors 70.
To throw, here's Willis.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Trap 60, trap 60. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
In motion, that's Tolbert.
Ready.
Right back to the air again with Willis. He'll try and do this himself.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
79 Broncos.
Fourth down, Willis. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Intercepted.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will do it for this first half.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Crack all 80. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Now this time, Willis throwing it. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Ready, go.
Out of the gun, here's a give to H.M.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 down to the 9.
Here now, third and a yard. They'll run for it with H.M.
And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
3 yards.
A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
Yeah, looks like they'll move things around here. They'll run, H.M.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Devon H.M. with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
At the 48-yard line.
From the gun, it's Allen.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And 22 more yards there and another first down.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
All 52.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen.
Incomplete, right side to Cook. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 13 yards down to the 13.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Here's Allen. Throw left side to Kincaid.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, exactly right, Parker. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Come on.
48-yard line.
Coach Dragon 6, 19 Lions. Cut 19. Cut 19.
Now Willis. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
7 Lions. 18. 18. Right here.
First down.
Ready up.
Here's Willis now off the play fake. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Now 2nd and 3. Now they'll audible to something else.
Buffalo 18.
Here's Willis. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Running right, here's Achane. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
At the 9-yard line.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Trap 50. Trap 50.
Now Willis to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we've got 3rd and goal coming up, and can you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Panther 11. Panther 11. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Willis looking to throw it. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. In his own end zone, it's Allen. Quick slant to Shakir. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, here's the run with Cook. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Has his man, it's Shakir. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, We take a break. To the air, Allen. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Allen will look to throw for it on fourth. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the right sideline. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Touchdown. James Cook, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Back to throw, Willis. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Willis throws another interception, his third of the game. And the Bills force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Alert, alert, alert.
Throwing to start the drive. Allen. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Now Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Tight. Watch twist. Half. 180. Half 10.
Here's Allen to throw it. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Flying in to pick up that sack, Jordan Brooks. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line.
Their own 44-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
2nd and 10. Willis. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And the Dolphins, first down.
Come on.
1st and 10 at the 43.
Willis. Now he'll tuck this and run. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Here we go.
Back to throw, Willis.
That is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. 2-2 Atwell from 10 yards out. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Gravity Lions. Back. Ready.
And he'll get in for the 2 points as that'll cut the lead down from 11 to 9. Down 2 scores, out of timeouts, a must recover if they're going to have any shot. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Round 80.
Here's Cook again.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 3rd down and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Oh, and Nelson space to operate. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Half 85.
Now Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
James Cook
From 4 yards out. And the Bills have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th. So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point.
They'll try and throw for it. Complete at the 1. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Press all 80. Here we go.
Here's Achane to start the drive.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now Willis. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Bills are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Willis's pass intercepted. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He rifles complete, caught by Moore. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 7 Pirates. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Here's Willis. Now he's going to step up and run. The flag comes in. It's incomplete. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that one go. Here's 2nd down. One final try here for Willis. And that will be incomplete.